Hi there. And it's time to touch. And not just physically, but it's time to touch emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, sexually. It is time for us to connect. It is time for us to start engaging with each other. And we're still in the month of January. So what we talked about, we had a fun time this morning and had breakfast together and brainstormed. And we decided that we wanted to talk about, because this is the first month of the new year, what did we accomplish last year? And what did we actually, navigate? What did we succeed in? And then setting not a New Year's Eve resolution. We're 2 weeks, 3 weeks into January. We want to look at what is our desires and what are we going to manifest. So welcome to Time to Touch with Michael.
Hi.
And Ina. And if you want to contact any one of us, I'm just going to throw this out because it's been a while since I think we've said it. You can contact them just through me and all of my contact information there. And I am a marriage, relationship, sex counselor. And I work with traditional as well as alternative lifestyles. And I love the work I do. I'm never going to retire. I love the work I do. So that's one thing of an accomplishment, right?
It sure is.
I love the work you do too.
Okay, it's one of you. Jump in.
Beautiful. I think this piece is overlooked often. The taking stock in our accomplishments. I think, at least for me, and the way I hear people talking to me about, where are they in their life? Well, I'm still working on that thing, and I didn't get that thing done, and I didn't do this, and I'm still, dealing with this bad relationship or whatever, right? So what's often taken stock of is what I didn't accomplish, and it's skipped over what I did accomplish. And so this is like a really great opportunity to really just acknowledge my growth, acknowledge my evolution. I mean, because we're here on this planet to evolve. I mean, you may not think that, you may not feel that, but every day you're either evolving or you're devolving. I don't know. That's the best way to put it. So, what did you accomplish last year? You know what I mean? Yes, I did. I have a mobile home I'm working on in construction. I didn't get it done. Yay. But what I did get done is I turned another home over and we're putting it up for rent. That is a huge accomplishment for us towards our goal, And
that's awesome.
And I personally found last year to be abundant. When I could just be with what's happening right now, my year was extremely abundant. I accumulated wealth. Now, what is wealth? Not necessarily money, but it's how I, how I live. How healthy am I in my living? How healthy are my friendships? How healthy is my relationship? Really the abundance of what's available right now. And, I had a powerful year. And sure, there's some things I didn't get accomplished, but whatever, right? Let's move on to what I did accomplish. Wow.
Yeah. Amazing.
I super love that. Last year was a year of doing really the opposite. My focus was on not doing anything and being able to sit in stillness and not be so hard on myself, and it was about just did I stay calm? Did I get a nap this year when I needed one? Did I just rest? Did I, not force myself to do another load or try to do this or run around with a chicken with my head cut off? I was just I'm not doing that. My cup wasn't being full because I caught myself trying to do everything, but just the act of trying itself was exhausting me. And it was and I felt like I was being punished for I keep trying to do this and I keep trying to do this. And then finally it hit. I was you need to stop trying. And so somehow in the shift of last year, it was you know what? That is exactly what I want to do. And it was amazing that energy just started reshaping and things started really coming towards me. And I'm the less I try, the more keeps coming this way. And so trusting that, even moving forward in this year, it was something that had just become a practice that I hope the new year, like I'm starting fresh in my awareness that I don't have to try so hard, you know, and it's in the little things, like the more simple you make things, the wealth seems to grow, you know, with all of those things. I love that you said in your relationships, you know, because those things do fill us the most besides just materialistic things. But, yeah.
So I want to point out that I love what the two of you shared, because we think of accomplishing as an action, and there's something, the garden is now built, the room is now clean. We think of it as being this physical go, 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 do, do, do. Yes. How much did you accomplish? And you two brought out perfectly. Accomplishing has nothing to do with how busy you are, because oftentimes people who are busy don't accomplish much because they're just busy.
Yes,
they're actually not accomplishing anything. So this year, you know, I was more in you know, your arena, where, and I intend to continue that way. I feel tremendously accomplished in being connected to a higher power, into listening to those little nudges, and every now and then I miss one. And boy, I recognize that if I miss it, it like right then it shows me I missed it by 20 minutes, and that made a 20-minute difference, like with Ryan this morning, because I knew I needed to call her and say, be sure to bring your second camera. And then I got busy. And then I got another nudge, and it was like, oh my God, I've got to get home, because I know she's already on the road. And so I mean, that maybe you call it psychic or intuitive or intuition, but listening to Spirit nudging us, I have accomplished a tremendous amount, but it hasn't been about activity. Although I have done things, and my novel is done, and we're requesting an editor to review it and to look for any hot spots. I mean, there's a number of huge things that I did, but in a really relaxed and slow manner, so it created no stress.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Going into this year with the idea that I don't have to make it hard, that I can do things, and it can be where I'm not bleeding out. You know, that I don't have to give my entire soul away to accomplish stuff, is like, I'm grounded in that visual for 2022.
Beautiful.
Excellent. Excellent.
You know, and in the energy of, you know, the realm I was speaking of, I love what you brought out, because it's really what I was trying to point to also was the abundance of the now.
Yes.
And it's like listening to the nudge, listening to the direction of the universe, of God, of whatever guides us. And for me, it's like sometimes I'm just, what I'm listening to is taking me over here, and then it's taking me over here, and it's taking me over here. And sometimes I want to just relax, but there's this something pushing me to come over to this over here. And what I notice is, as busy as it can be sometimes, I get accomplished 100 times more in that moment, in those moments, than I would if I were trying to muscle those activities out, you know? And
exactly.
And it's really, like, for me, wealth is when I can do those without the stress.
Yes, that is an expression of wealth.
And that may even be like, oh my gosh, you know, my friend is stressing me out. I need to be not around that person right now, or I need to, you know, breathe with me. We need to calm down. This is everything we need in this moment. You don't have to stress out. Just let's go with the flow, you know, and so I love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thanks for bringing that out.
So the month of January, this whole month, is an opportunity to ask for help if you need it, and to go to a higher source first and foremost before maybe reaching out to a counselor, or sometimes it's good to reach out to friends or not, but if they're good sounding boards for you. So I would just like to invite everyone who's listening to share this with others, and I just love the words of wisdom that come out. You know, none of this is staged other than we have a topic, and blessings. You know, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. What matters is what is going on in your world. and in your universe. And I like saying I would prefer to live in God's world than in the ego, my world. So blessings to you, and join us. Who knows what we're going to be talking about next week?
Beautiful. Bye, guys.